Hello, this is Dr. Micah Jazz with Be Still and Know. Today is Ash Wednesday, the start of Lent. The word Lent means lengthening and identifies the growing hours of daylight as spring advances. Symbolically, it speaks of the approaching light of Christ, with the resurrection dispelling darkness once and for all. Easter is the moment darkness is defeated and God re-established friendship with all humanity. Today, in many traditions, Christians will receive an ash cross upon their foreheads, a sign of penitence and reminder that it is through many tribulations that we enter God's kingdom. In an instant, Jesus is led by the Spirit from the glory of his baptism to the wasteland of the desert. How often have I fallen from the heights of worship and wonder to the despair of doubt and despondency? The desert is an essential element in the life of every disciple. Israel must cross the desert before entering the promised land. Elijah flees from the moment of his greatest triumph to the loneliness of the wilderness in search of God. The desert is where we learn to trust and grow in God. The desert simplifies all of life. It is a place that I either enter and die within, or somewhere I learn to survive through sheer persistence. The desert itself cannot support life. Only when we find God are we able to ensure both nourishment and survival. Jesus fasted, for there was nothing to support life in the wilderness. However, he fed off the bread of life and discovered that he later taught that we do not live by bread alone. Israel discovered this with the miraculous provision of the manna, and Elijah, both the still small voice of God, as well as the miraculous provision first by ravens and then by a widow. Today is a day for decision. Do I want to press deeper into God's love for me? If so, then I take up my cross, symbolized by the ashes on my forehead, and submit my mind to God's wisdom. God will undoubtedly lead me into the desert. I shall once again have to discover survival, and the way through the desert is secured by a persevering faith, in which I trust my total well-being to God's provision. I will feel all the terrors of my desert experience and must surely be destroyed without pressing in upon God's commitment to my development in faith. Taking up the cross will always test my resolve, and I do not enter the desert of Lent lightly. Amen. I am a reluctant learner. However, having accepted God's invitation to explore the contemplative life, I am in full-on learning mode. Scary most certainly, yet essential if I am to avoid stagnating. Now, if you'd like any further advice or encouragement, write to me, micah.jazz@premier.org.uk, and I'll write back personally and in confidence as soon as I can. Visit premier.org.uk/Voice of Hope, join our growing Voice of Hope family, and follow along with these daily meditations at home in print, direct to your favourite mobile device, or now as a daily podcast on the app Podbean. You can also join me this Sunday for Premier Life, as well as for Be Still and Know throughout the week. However, for now, from me, Micah Jazz, it's goodbye and God bless.